I'm going to turn it over to Jim, and he's going to introduce our speaker this morning.
I have to bend down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to introduce our speaker today as somebody I haven't known for very long. She's my favorite daughter, Rebecca McCrocklin. She goes by Becca, and she's the director of after-school programs at the YMCA in Burnet. Becca?
I know. So I even have my handy dandy notebook because I don't do this often. But my name's Becca. I grew up in the Marble area, went to school, graduated from Marble, went to school at Texas State University, graduated there, actually interned at the Y in Burnet my last semester of college. So that's how I kind of got started within the Y, and I learned all about the Y. Drank the Kool-Aid is what we like to say, because now it's been 5 years. I've been stuck and I've worked my way up. So now I'm a program director. I'm over camp, our child watch area, and our new after school program I actually started 3 years ago. So that's a little bit about me. So I do want to get started a little bit of the history of the Y, and especially in Burnet. So originally it was the Galloway Rec Center, Galloway Hammond. About 2012, a group of the community reached out to the Y of Austin and asked to come help service them. Y said it was kind of out of their service area for the Austin, so led them to the greater Williamson County, which is our association of the Y, which then they took it over in 2013 of October. So we are a part of an association, the Greater Williamson County. So it's like 5 branches. So it's the CEO is for Burnet, Hutto, Georgetown, Round Rock, and Cedar Park. So that same little CEO is over all those. We actually just took on Waco's. So our name might be changing a little bit, but he's branching out. So a little bit more about the Y in depth is, I always like to say it's more than just a gym. I've learned, our mission is to put Christian principles into programs that build healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. So a main part of that is the for all aspect. It goes into play to where, we raise money to help families in need because we give scholarships. So going on, in 2020, we actually awarded $50,000 to families and children in need. So what that does is it helps them be a part of the community and into our programs that expands, their social, all that stuff. So a huge part of the Y is that our core values. We have 5 core values that we embrace into all of our programs that we put, especially in our camp and after school programs that I run. But it's the caring, honesty, respect, responsibility, and faith. So those are our 5 major core values. And then the main focus is the 3 components of the youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So that's what I'm saying. It's more than just a gym. We have the youth development is a huge aspect of camp. Like I said, I've been there for 5 years. So when I've been there, the first year, I have the same kids in my program, so I get to see them as they grow. And we call them like Y stories, mission moments of what we see. Usually we'll have if you look on YouTube, there's a bunch of mission moments throughout our whole association. But I want to personally share one that I have. Being there for 5 years, we had a camper. Every time I would walk in, we get 2 hours of swim, every day, Monday through Thursday. Every time I walk into the pool area, he's sitting on the bleachers. All his friends are in the pool. He's the only one not swimming on the pool area. So one day, I went up and asked him what was wrong. He got very emotional. So I knew something was wrong. So I just kind of let it be. I didn't want to go any further. And I later was able to talk to his mom and just kind of mention, hey, Travis is sitting out, 2 hours a day, missing all his friends are swimming and things like that. And she was like, well, I actually had a traumatic experience and drowned. So mom had drowned and I guess had told Travis about the experience to learn from it, but he was deathly terrified of the water. Didn't even want to get in near at all. So I talked with mom to see if I could help in any way and told her we offer swim lessons, even for adults. And her goal was talking with Travis and they were going to do swim lessons together. That way they make it a family thing, a partner thing. And then, given some time, keep talking, I guess mom kept talking with Travis, didn't really do some lessons just yet. Travis is now in the water. He was brave enough to get in the water, try it out. He has passed the swim test, and he had been going in the water, playing with his friends and not sitting out for 2 hours out of the day. So that's just my personal, little trinket that I love to share about, it's more than just kids playing with kids, but it's the adult impact as well. So like I said, youth development, camp, after school, we do youth sports, we do swim lessons, we do a second grade swim for our Burnet CISD, where they come in and we teach all the second graders safety around water. So basically what they need to do if they accidentally fall into the water, they know how to get themselves out. So that's a huge thing that we do as well. The healthy living aspects, we have the fitness classes. We do a sit and be fit program with all our older adults. And that is 3 days out of the week. And it's a huge community. They all go to lunch together afterwards. They have little Christmas parties of their own, things like that. Pickleball has really boosted. I don't know if y'all have heard about pickleball, but that's a huge 3-hour Monday through Friday. Again, they have their own little community. Go to lunch every day after that. Boot camps, membership in our master swim program. Social responsibility. So that was the huge thing of our mission, is the for all. So we provide experiences for everyone, regardless if they are able to pay or not. That's why we donate, or that's why we collect the money to serve those families in need that would like to participate, but say, oh, well, I could never afford that. Things like that. We're like, well, we can help you, up to 50% off membership, camp, after school programs, and things like that. Like I said, we awarded $50,000 in financial assistance in 2020. And even in 2021, we're on track to donating $70,000 since the pandemic hit really hard to all of our families in need, and then us as well. A couple more things. Casino night. It's a big event that we have been, this will be our 4th annual year. It's a huge fundraiser that we collect money for our new Gen Center. So it's our teen center that we just built last year on the addition of our Y. And it's for all those 10 to 18-year-olds that don't really have, camp. They're too old for camp, or they just are around the community and need things to do. So we're offering programs for them to be safe in the safe environment, not around town. Let's see. So for the future, we're excited for community partnerships within the whole country. And then it's just the Y, again, is more than just a building, more than just a gym. It's an organization that we are there to serve our families and children around our community, everyone. Okay, so it's a licensed program through DFPS. So there's certain things that we have to follow, regulations we have to follow, minimum standards, but we do it over the elementary schools. So I have 3 schools. What they do is after school, it's hosted at the site. So it's after school site, and we're like, our little home is like in the cafeteria. So they'll come to us in the cafeteria, they get snack, we do time for homework time, and then we let them run out their wiggles because they're crazy. It's a long day, but then we do enrichments and things like that, to crafts and things like that.
What age kiddos and how old is it?
So it's pre-K through 5th grade. And then it's so right after school, so they get out around that 3:15 time frame until 6 p.m.
So they run a school bus there?
No, so it's hosted after school site. Right. So I'm in charge of 3. So the Burnet CISD is Shady Grove Elementary, RJ Elementary, and Bertram Elementary. So if they're going to Bertram, they're going to Bertram cafeteria. Parents are picking up from Bertram. They go to Shady Grove. They're in the Shady Grove cafeteria. Parents pick them up from Shady Grove. So at Shady Grove, we actually have 42. RJ, we have roughly around 30, and Bertram's around 30 as well. I just have to have staff. I have a wait list to Bertram. So I started it actually 3 years ago. Originally, they had a program called ACE, which was a granted program. And then that was kind of free for parents. And then we stepped in, their grant was going away. So we stepped in and offered at first part the enrichment program from 4 to 6. So it was still kind of half BCISD and half us. And then we fully took it on 3 years ago. So this is my third year. So we were, I'm trying to think when that actually happened. It was like spring break. So we had to shut down, and then we came back with COVID policy rules, regulations. And again, we followed the state, what they recommended and things like that. Our big hub, it's called licensed childcare. So in Round Rock, there's a whole section of the Round Rock Y, and then licensed childcare, and they host about, 50 school districts over there. So they've been my go-to in helping get it here in Burnet. But, follows meetings and figuring out what we can do to still service the kids, but be safe while doing it.
What about membership? What's the cost of, say, a family membership? And how many family units do you have as members?
So our family, it goes, if we do a family 1, which is 1 adult children, it's $55 a month. Family 2 is with that 2 adults and children in the household, and that's $65 a month. I'm not sure on units that we have. That's gonna be something Cameron will definitely. Cameron's our VP over Burnet and Cedar Park and Camp Twin Lakes and things like that, but he would know.
Is it the same?
Reasonable.
Yes, we are low, especially on membership prices. We're lower in this area, but yeah, it's $140, and we do have roughly about 30 to 35 on that financial assistance within the Afterschool. No, and yeah, that's another thing with our programs is you can be a community member or you can be a Y member. Just most of the time, if you're a Y member, you get a cheaper price. So our branch is, we have 5 directors, and then under us is all part-time staff. So I'm in charge of my staff. So I have 4 staff right now, 2 going to RJ, 2 going to Bertram. We have 3 directors going to Shady Grove Elementary because that's how short staffed I am. So it depends on ratio and how many I have. So licensing is, if pre-K, it's 1 to 18. So, 1 adult, 18 kids, and then it goes from kinder is 1 to 22. And then first graded up is 1 to 26. So it just roughly depends on how many kids I get involved in the staffing. Why I have a wait list at Bertram. No, I have 1 retired teacher. I used, when I first started, that's who we hit hard from that 4 to 6 because they were able to. And my whole staffing team was teachers or aides. And it was awesome because they already knew the kids. And it was perfect. But since the pandemic, they've all been very tired. So none of them really want to spend their extra 2 hours afterwards coming back. But I've asked. They just are required through the state to go through a certain amount of trainings and keep up with those trainings. So it's like 15 hours per year. And then, we have a site coordinator each one, and they're 30 hours per year. No, it's called pre-service. And so our, like I said, LCC, we have a trainer over there that actually does the training. Yeah. And I'm certified in that too, if it need be, and I have time. It's like a 8-hour training. So they divide it into 3 days. So all of our Y employees, it's required that there's CPR and AED training. So within 30 days of hire, they're supposed to have that certified. But and you can just call up if you're interested in that. You can just call up to the Y and say, "Hey, I'm interested in being CPR certified," and they'll lead you to the right person. So so starting on that side, so there's a swimming pool, and then we have our child watch area. So basically what that means is that when members come in to work out, there's an area for kids 6 weeks to 9 years old that we watch their children while they're in the facility and work out. And then we have the gym, full court size gym, walking track, weight room, and then we offer group exercise classes, so the fitness aspect, and then cardio theater and a cycle studio. We also have the outdoor track too. So Monday through Friday, we open at 5 a.m. all the way till 9 p.m. And then Saturday, we're open 8 to 5. Sunday, we're closed.
Thank you, Becca.